Okay. In this video, I'm going to focus on single-digit subtraction. So with single-digit subtraction, you're going to see the bigger number on top, obviously, and then whatever number you're subtracting. So this is typically what it'll look like. This top number is not going to have touch points because then the students will try and count it. They don't need to count anything with this. They just need to identify that this is an 8. This bottom number will have touch points. So we'll say 8. You know we're subtracting, so 8, 7, 6. Okay. Some students benefit from having a number line too when they need to count down. So for example, if we have this one, they might have a number line visual. I'd probably go out further than that, but that's all that I can fit right now. So I wrote kind of big. So the top number is 8, so we're gonna find 8, and how many steps backward are we gonna go? 2. So 1, 2, 6. Sometimes this confuses students more because they want to do 8 and the 2, and then they don't know what they're counting down and how they're getting the answer. So sometimes if they don't need this visual, it's better to not use it because it can confuse some students. But if they understand how to use it and they benefit from it, then great, use it. I'll do one more. Again, that top number does not have touch points. And we really focus on drawing attention to the operation that is here. A lot of times we'll have students that are very fluent in addition, very fluent in subtraction, but you put both of those operations on the same worksheet and they start with one and stick to it. So I want to make sure that we always are looking at what this sign is. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Again, if you're using the number line visual, you would have this up at the top beforehand. If you're unsure whether or not your child uses a visual like this, just let me know and I will let you know how they do with that visual. So 7, 7. How many steps are we counting backward? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that one way a lot of people learned was how many do I have to go backward until I get to this number, and that is great for students to learn if they fully understand the concept of subtraction. But when they are first learning it, we want to stay consistent with how we're learning it. So we're starting at 7 and we're going backward 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. With this, if you're doing a double-digit number and subtracting a single-digit number, you can do it the same way. So like let's say you're doing 15 and you're subtracting 6. We're not going to worry about doing regrouping with this because we know this number, 15. As long as the child can count backwards, this should not count backward from 15. This should not be a problem. Obviously, you're not going to borrow because if you did, you would have 15 again. So you'd be right back to where you started. So if the student's not ready for that skill, then we're not going to do that. If they're not ready for doing this, then they're not ready for trying it with borrowing because you'd be doing the same thing. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. With these higher numbers is where some students may benefit from that visual that they didn't need if it was just single digits. But adding in this 15 can get a little bit more difficult. Adding in numbers that are in those teens can be a little bit more difficult for some students. But also a skill necessary for double-digit subtraction, which we'll do in another video.